What is going on, guys? My name is Joel Madrano. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to make this quick video, talk about the top 3 things that home buyers should avoid. And I've seen this firsthand. I've seen it just being in the business, things that that I noticed from buyers. So, want to go through, like I said, 3 things. Number one, let's get right into it. Number one is uh, avoid not doing your research. Believe it or not, that is one of the ones that comes up quite a bit. Where buyers interested, they go into an area and they buy a house and they don't like the area, or sometimes, for example, the commute to work is long, or the school district isn't what they thought it would be, the amenities and things like that aren't what they thought it would be, and so they end up having buyer's remorse shortly after they purchase it. So one thing I would recommend is do your research. Look at the school districts, look at the area, the home, drive the neighborhoods. My wife and I, when we bought our house, we drove the neighborhoods during the day, drove the neighborhood at night. Would the neighborhood look at night? We drove it on the weekends. We just got really familiar with the area. We would go to our neighborhood and then drive to other places that we knew we frequent quite a bit, just to see, what's the distance, the traffic, that kind of thing. And so, a great way to sort of test it out is renting. So you can rent houses in certain areas for a year, maybe even 6 months if possible, if the landlord allows. And that way you can really get a feel for the neighborhood, the school districts. And then from that point forward, you can decide if buying in that area makes sense for you. So that would be one where I would say, do your research on, make sure you're doing it, make sure you're doing your due diligence as far as like making sure the area is to your liking. So the second thing I would recommend too is getting a pre-approval from your lender. Before you go shopping for houses, you want to make sure you have your finances in a row. And there's two different things that you can get from a mortgage lender. One is way more valuable than the other. So here are the 2 things. One is a pre-qualification letter. What a pre-qualification letter is basically the bank saying, okay, Mr. So-and-so, we approve you for this amount. And they do no due diligence, no vetting or anything like that. That doesn't hold as much weight as much as a pre-approval, which is the second thing. The pre-approval is a lender has vetted your income, vetted your debts. They have ran your credit, and they have checked all your finances, and they can tell you how much home you can afford, what your payments would be. So it's a very, very thorough search, very thorough run of your finances, so that you make sure that you're buying something that you can qualify for. And it's super frustrating for the buyer or for the seller as well, where you go and make an offer, you like the house, you go in the neighborhood, you like the house, you make an offer, and it turns out, once you turn in all the agreement and everything else to the lender, that you can't afford it, or it's not, within the budget. And so that frustrates the buyer, frustrates the seller. So one thing to avoid is just jumping in without lining up your finances through your lender. That's a huge mistake there. So if you need a lender or looking for someone that can help you with that, reach out to me. I know plenty of lenders that will be more than happy to help you in that process. But make sure you get vetted. That's the third thing, or second thing. The third thing is always give yourself more time than you think you would need. And here's what I mean by that. Real estate, a lot of things can go wrong in real estate. Sometimes the length that it takes for a transaction to happen can go longer than expected. So you want to give yourself a little bit of a cushion there. So give you an example. If you plan on buying in the summer, and let's say you're renting a house or renting a place, let's say your plan is to get out by the end of June of your rental place and into your new home. Well, you want to tell the landlord, yes, here's our plan to be out by June, but it depends on, what I get what I can purchase, what I get approved for, how long it's going to take. Give me extra 2 or 3 months, however much time you think you would need. Always go longer than you think you would need. Give yourself that cushion. Make sure your finances are you account for that, to where, like, if you feel like you can support 2 mortgages or two whatever have you for a number of time, a length of time, that you're able to do that. This is because right now, especially, it's just a really tricky market, and it's taking a little bit longer for things to sell, things to move, transactions to take place. It's just an overall more difficult, more challenging market that we're in. So make sure you're always giving yourself that cushion, because you just never know, and you want to hope for the best, but understanding that it might take longer than you need it to, or than you expect. So I would say those are the top 3 things a buyer, first-time home buyer, or any buyer would be to avoid. If you need any more tips or any more help, reach out to me. Happy to help. I've been in the real estate game for a little over around 10 years now, so I have plenty of experience. Happy to connect you with people that you may need, such as lenders, title companies, so realtors. Just reach out to me, and happy to help. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for stopping and checking me out, my video. Hope you have a good day. Thanks.